Well, hello there everybody, welcome back. It is Thursday. We are starting off this particular garden vloggity update kind of thing in the kitchen because I thought I'd show you how my Reaper plant is going along. This thing is, it's not breaking any world records for speed growth, but it is still alive. So it's recently been brought up from the basement because it's so darn cold out there. And we've got it sitting in the front windowsill here in the kitchen, along with, I believe it's a Bad Brains that's beside it. So let's take a quick look at those. And then, hey, I want to find out if you think that Sugar Rush peach is ripe or not. So we got to go out there, don't we? Right? One sec. So here is the little tiny Reaper plant. I brought them up here, like I was saying, because it's really cold downstairs. And kind of as a reminder not to give these things any fertilizer at all. I'm trying to basically deprive my plants of nitrogen and bonus boosts until they show they need it, because, you know, over application of nitrogen has been shown on a number of occasions to be a primary cause of aphids. So let's just skip that, shall we? If they grow a little slower, I mean, excuse me, can they really get slower than growing around here? This thing is like 6 months old. It was planted for this year's garden. Here it is. Not very impressive. This is a Bad Brains beside it. This is only, you know, a couple of months old. Not much difference in the height there. But yeah, anyway, so far they're still alive. We might actually see peppers from them one day, but probably not until, 2020. Maybe 2025. We'll see. Anyway, outside to the proper chili garden. So here we've got the 2 pods remaining. Well, there's a few actual new ones now that I see that here. Some new ones there. Anyway, here we have the 2 original pods hanging on the Sugar Rush peach. This has taken a little bit of color. I know it's not ready yet, but of course, is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? I've been told to wait till it goes like a true peach. So I'm expecting this to get a little bit darker in its shade, but, you know, if we're looking at a night where it's going to drop down to freezing, I'm harvesting everything and or bringing plants in anyway, so this may not actually have a chance to make it all the way there. Be nice if this one beside it started to show some color. It's a much larger pepper, but yeah, very intriguing. Would be nice. It was a nice flavor on that very early one that I tried, so I imagine a ripe one will be great. Here's the ahi penic variant that's got that kind of cucumbery, pickly, spiked one going on there. Kind of funky, not seeing a lot of color in that. Seeing a few pods on here though. Don't know how many of these will actually have a chance to make it. But quite a few of them do seem to have those little spikadoos on them, so that's kind of interesting. Beside that, we have the other ahi penic variant. These are the ones that Shocks and I tried quite recently on the live stream. A lot of interesting shapes in here. Not sure how well that one's showing up. It's like it wants to have a tail. So these definitely seem like penics of 2 entirely different calibers. But at the same time, these ones kind of look like the other plant. Very interesting when one plant will put on distinctly different pod shapes. I always like that. Random and chaos, these are my world. Here's that not a red demon. Very glossy, very shiny. Looks like it's going to come up to a very nice red. So we'll see, give that a few more days. Hopefully the whole thing will get nice and red, and then we'll give it, I don't know, a couple more days, so hopefully the seeds will be nicely developed for me. Yeah, it's a nice looking pot. I would definitely be okay with growing these again next year. So viable seeds would be nice. Here we've got one of the pods from the so-called Sugar Rush cream. Nobody's really verified or denied that as far as the shape. But I still think they look an awful lot like the Ahi Fantasy pods that I was looking at. So, yeah, I don't really mind one way or the other. I just like to kind of know what's going on there. Pepper plants all seem very wilty, but it's surprisingly warm today. Just up beside it here we've got best in class this year's sand dollar. Still only the 2 pods on there. They are taking some nice shape. And that doesn't really count as a pod at this point in the season. I should probably start snipping things off to encourage growth towards the main plant. Any thoughts, feedback on that would be greatly appreciated. Little M.A. Wartrix up here with the charcoal experiment. I kind of think that seems to be working, because I mean, since I've done that, this plant, it's growing, it's forking, it's putting on flower buds, it's got new branches in there. I couldn't tell you any reason why that should work, but it does seem to be working all the same. Very strange, but I'll take it. And here we're looking at, this is the best in class amongst the Burpee Hot Lemons. Well, saved from my Burpee Hot Lemon seed anyway. Looks like it's growing fairly true to form. So that's good. Be nice if this gets that same kind of bright lemony yellow that I saw last year, but with the infinite possible variations that could be going on in this yard, one never knows what color these things, or shape for that matter, these things are going to end up, so it's part of what makes it an adventure. Brief moment of aerial display. I don't think those are geese though. It might be. They kind of look more like some pelicans we saw earlier today. The camera doesn't do them justice. Doesn't quite sound like geese either. Fun little side note on our way to check some peppers up front. These leeks are doing alright in their little John Deere parts crate. And this asparagus, we've got new life on the original twine, or the original twig that was still in there. We've got a brand new shoot coming up in here that I'm going to munch off now just to encourage root growth. But even this tiny, you can eat them. This is like a 3-year-old plant, so focus. I'm going to eat that, and it's going to be quite good. It tastes just like asparagus, because it is. So taking a quick moment here to look at some of the peppers up front. Here's the red demon that's growing much more true to form. The numbers of peppers on here, like compared to the leaf matter, I'm quite impressed. I can't seem to give it enough water, and its roots are very much getting exposed. Should have piled that up. I think maybe this is something I've avoided in the past with that lawn clippings mulch that I throw on there, because then none of the water is getting washed away, right? Still surviving though, so big props to you. Over here we've got the paper lantern. This is the fun one that we tried the other day. Dance of the Paper Lantern, I think is what I initially called that live stream. Got a couple of flower starts that they're self-aborting because they're not going to make it. But, nice little bit of color in there. Certainly large numbers of pods forming on here. And yeah, I'm going to try and bring this puppy inside, so we shall see. If I can reduce the number of aphids in my overall gardening experience, then I can definitely improve the chances that these things will survive. The matchbox pepper. Look at that, eh? Isn't that lovely? Oops, broke the top off of that. And that's why I should generally go at these things with scissors and trimmers. But a beautiful super chilly variant, very, very, very productive. So, yes. Got a few way down at the bottom here. That one there, for example. I'm going to leave it to go as absolutely ripe as possible. See if I can get a whole bunch more good viable seeds out of this. That would be great. Grab a couple more off the yahucha pan here to have with dinner tonight. It's doing alright. Not quite the waterfall that it once was, but I have been pulling a fair bit of peppers off here. I've got 2 sitting in some meat. I've got like 4 in a spice jar already. I got 2 more in my hand. So, yeah, definitely going to be growing those for years to come, I think. Dave, oh Dave, hopefully your, thank you for coming to our wedding, or whatever that cheap pack of cards was. Card will have arrived with a whole bunch of seeds in there. Please test germinate some and let me know if they're going to sprout for you, because I'm a little concerned because they were of those first pods ripened up. So if they don't sprout, then I'd like to let a couple of these go, well, a lot longer because we need the genetics, right? So yeah, please test the ones you get and let me know. Yeah, loving that pepper though. That said, those El Oro de Ecuador peppers have permanently changed the way my taste buds look at peach schnapps, but that's okay because I'm in a world of making my own beverages now anyway. And, you know, frankly, the idea of maybe getting some frozen peaches or, you know, even some peach juice and trying to make a mead with that as a starter, why not? There are so many different fruit and flavor combination options out there. I see no reason to avoid any of them. So far this coffee thing is going along pretty well. I've got good active bubbling on that. It's only been a few days, but it's very active. And yeah, just bottled up the rest of that 3-berry melomel. Got six 750 ml wine bottles out of that, even after I've been drinking it for the last 2.5, almost 3 weeks. So that is impressive. Definitely an affordable option and a nice comfortable way to relax. Like I say, I don't get smashed, I just get comfy and maybe sleep a little bit better. So yeah, on that note, you may have caught the 2:30 in the morning broadcast that Shocks and I did. After a little bit of binge watching and realizing what time it was around the world, we thought we'd maybe, you know, say good morning to some of our friends in the UK. If you did see that, I apologize, I was pretty tired. I don't imagine I made a lot of sense. If you haven't seen that, hey, go check it out. I was pretty tired. I don't imagine I made a lot of sense. Might be something pretty embarrassing in there. Well worth the viewing, who knows. Yeah, and I think that's probably where I'm going to wrap it up today, folks. Got some stuff to do in town still, so got to get off and do that. Small town life. Two drawbacks to that would be you can't buy anything on a Sunday. Everything here is closed on Sundays. And two, everything closes at 5:30, 6 o'clock at the absolute latest. So I need to boogaloo. I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, I guess I will see you guys tomorrow on RevtosTV's live stream that locally seems to go around 7 or 8 o'clock here, you know, prairie time, the time that matters. You can work out the math on that. I believe the plan is still for those of us Canucks who received Rob's Bambi challenge to come onto Rev's live stream and go through that together. So if you're a Canadian, come along and support your country. If you're an American, come along and laugh at my country. Either way, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe my video as well, but definitely on RevtosTV on the live stream. Check it out. Alright, and a quick postscript. We just kind of headed into town, like I was saying in the end of one of the last clips. Got to go do a couple things. We hit the post office. Charles, guess what I have in my hand? I'll open this tomorrow on the live stream with the Bambi challenge. Alright. See you guys later.